This is a wheel that I've just rebuilt, and it's the rear wheel for a Triumph T140, and I've been lucky with this one in that the owner has managed to bring along another rear wheel from a Triumph T140, a bit of a sort of grubby manky one, but an original one for me to look at and take measurements and so on from, and I've used it, and it's enabled me to get the offset right, because this wheel, even though the hub is of equal diameters on both sides, 20 spokes are slightly longer than the other 20 in order to set the wheel rim over to one side off centre a little. So obviously you should be able to see I've got the long spokes on this side and they lay over at quite an angle, while the shorter spokes are on this side and they stand more steeply. It's actually more visible perhaps on the original old wheel because it's not so shiny and easier to hold the camera and have a look at in the right position. But these spokes just lean in a little as they go from the hub towards the rim, whereas the ones on the sprocket side lean over quite a lot more, and they're the longer spokes. So I've obviously used all that information and built this wheel up the same, and this side here is the sprocket side, this side here is the disc side. So the rim, the centre of the rim is out of line with the centre of the hub by about half an inch or so, I suppose, over towards this disc side it'll be, yeah, that's the sprocket side. So anyway, I've got my offset how I want it, and it's all built up ready to go. I've got my dial gauge on there. We'll give it a spin now and check the radial run out, and one revolution of that clock face is a millimetre. So we can see we're well under half a millimetre of radial run out, and I'll just put the camera down here for a moment and I'll set the dial gauge up to read any side to side movement we might have. There's always going to be a bit because of the weld, if nothing else, where the two ends of the rim meet when they're made. Here we go, check the side to side. We're well under half a millimetre side to side, that's good. I'm not going to put the string line across the edges of the rim today to look at the hub, really, because we haven't built this wheel up to be centre to centre with the hub. It is offset, so I know what the offset should be, and I've ran a string line across from that edge to that edge and looked at the hub, and also done the same on that wheel to verify it. But it'd be very difficult for me to do that again with the camera going and let everyone see. So perhaps you can take my word that it's where it needs to be as far as offset is concerned. And the last job now is to just play some music on the spokes, make sure they all sound similar. We've got 20 aside, so here we go. There's 20 that side, and that side. They're all sounding pretty much the same to me, so I'm happy with that. One more job I've got to do on this wheel is there's a few spoke ends protruding there. Not every one, but I think I've probably got over 20 of them that protrude a little, so I'll check each of them out and grind them down, make sure there's nothing there to poke through the rim tape and the inner tube, because that could have quite nasty consequences. And once I've done that, that's another wheel all ready to go. Yet another wheel in the world today.